Okay, so if you've got a 10, 11, or 12-year-old at home, you've probably started to notice something's different. The things they worry about are changing, and honestly, it can be pretty confusing. So, let's get into it. We're going to break down this totally predictable, but yeah, often super surprising, stage of their development.
I mean, seriously, what happened to that fearless kid of yours? It can feel like it happened overnight, right? One day they're climbing the tallest slide, talking to anyone, and the next, they're suddenly worried about stuff that never, ever seemed to cross their mind before. If you're sitting there wondering, where did my confident kid go? Trust me, you are not alone. And guess what? There's a really clear reason this is happening.
All right, section 1. Here's the big idea, the main takeaway. It's not just what they're scared of that's changing, it's the whole game of fear itself. They're basically trading in the old, simple worries, monsters under the bed, the dark, for these huge, complex, kind of foggy social concerns. We're talking about things like, where do I fit in this brand new middle school universe? It's a total shift.
And these, right here, these are the new monsters. Being judged, losing friends, failing a test, feeling totally awkward in their own changing body. And, of course, that huge leap to a new school. This is what's keeping them up at night now. And seeing it laid out like this, I hope it brings a little bit of relief. Because it shows this isn't just your kid. This is a shared, totally normal experience for this age.
So, why is this happening now? To really get it, we have to look inside their brain, which is going through some major construction. Think of it like a massive software upgrade for their operating system. And like any big update, it comes with some amazing new features and, you guessed it, a few bugs.
Okay, so this cognitive upgrade has a technical name, formal operational thinking. But forget the jargon. What it really means is that your kid just unlocked a new superpower. For the very first time, they can actually truly step outside of their own head and imagine what someone else is thinking and feeling. They can basically read minds, or at least they've suddenly become convinced that they can.
But here's that side effect I mentioned. This new superpower, it leads directly to this intense feeling of being on stage 24/7. Psychologists call it the imaginary audience. Because your kid can now imagine someone else's perspective, they just assume that everyone else's perspective is focused squarely on them. They believe people are constantly watching, noticing, and judging every little thing they do.
And look, this isn't just a theory. The research on this is absolutely crystal clear. Study after study confirms that this specific fear, what scientists call social evaluation fear, spikes dramatically between ages 10 and 12. So no, your child isn't just being too sensitive. This is a documented, predictable, and pretty much universal part of human development.
All right, so you've got this huge internal shift happening in their brain. Now imagine that collides, like head-on, with a massive external explosion, the move to middle school. I mean, you couldn't design a more perfect storm for anxiety if you tried. I mean, just think about what they're hit with all at once. A massive new building to navigate, a half dozen new teachers to figure out, the schoolwork suddenly gets way harder, and the entire social scene, it's like someone hit the reset button. So at the exact moment their brain is telling them everyone is watching you, they get dropped into a place where, well, a lot of new people actually are watching them.
And again, the research backs this up. Scientists see this dip pretty much across the board. For most kids, this transition causes a temporary drop in self-esteem, in grades, you name it. The key word there, though, is temporary. It's a super stressful adjustment for sure, but it is completely normal.
Okay, so that sounds like a lot of pressure, right? So what on earth can we do? What actually helps? Well, the good news is the research points to something that is incredibly powerful and, believe it or not, wonderfully simple. It's like a shield that can protect them from all this anxiety.
And the answer is one. Just one.
This is so important. This is the key. Your child does not need to be the most popular kid in school. They don't need a huge squad. Research that followed kids over time found that having just one stable, reliable friend, one person they can count on to navigate the chaos with, is a huge protective factor. It literally buffers them from the worst of the stress and anxiety. Okay, so knowing all of this, the brain science, the middle school chaos, the power of one friend, what can we as parents actually do? Let's open up the playbook. We're going to get into some practical, evidence-based tools that you can start using, like tonight.
Now this is so crucial. Let's look at the do's and don'ts. On the what helps side, validate their social world. Acknowledge that yes, this stuff feels huge because to them, it is huge. Help them connect with friends without taking over.
On the what doesn't help side, minimizing their fears, saying things like, oh, it's not a big deal, or just get over it, or comparing them to other kids. The goal here is to be their supportive coach from the sidelines, not a dismissive critic or a bulldozer who plows in to solve all their problems for them.
So a lot of the best, most effective tools we have actually come from a type of therapy called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Now that sounds fancy, but it's really the gold standard for helping kids with anxiety. And the basic ideas are super simple. Simple enough that you can use the principles right at home. It's all about helping your kid understand the connection between what they think, how they feel, and what they do.
So here's a classic CBT tool you can try. I love this one. You become a thought detective together. So step 1, you help them catch that anxious thought. Let's say it's, no one is going to sit with me at lunch. Okay, we caught it. Step 2, look for the evidence, like a real detective. What happened last time? Are there other new kids who might feel the same way? You look for facts, not just feelings. And step 3, you help them write a new, more balanced thought. Not everything will be perfect, but something more like, it might feel awkward at first, but I can probably find someone to sit with. You see the difference? You're not just telling them, don't worry. You're teaching them how to question the worry themselves. It's a skill for life.
And you can build a whole toolkit with other simple strategies, like deep breathing. Seriously, don't underestimate this. The 4-4-4 breath, you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, that can hit the brakes on their body's physical stress response like right away. Another great one is worry time. You schedule just 10 minutes a day to talk about all the worries. The point is to give the worries a place to live so they don't take over the entire day. And hey, even just practicing some simple social skills, like how to start a conversation or ask someone a question, can give them a huge confidence boost.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. This whole phase of worry, it feels tough, but it's a normal and actually a necessary part of their brain growing up. So what if our goal as parents isn't to get rid of their worry completely? What if instead our goal is to help them build their courage, to give them the tools and the confidence to walk through their fears? Because that's how they build their own, real, lasting courage for the rest of their lives.